The media has an enormous influence on our perceptions of gender roles and expectations. From movies and TV shows to advertising and social media, we are constantly bombarded with images and messages that shape our understanding of what it means to be a male or female. It is important to examine the ways in which gender is represented in media, as these representations can have a significant impact on our attitudes and beliefs about gender. In this video, we will explore how men and women are often portrayed in media, and how these portrayals can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and influence our sense of self. To begin, the media has traditionally portrayed women as weak, emotional, passive, submissive, and in need of a male rescuer. In advertisements for children's toys, girls are often seen playing with dolls or dressing up, while boys play with trucks or action figures. These ads are operating an old stereotype and cultural norm that indicate that boys play with masculine toys like trucks, while girls prefer more feminine toys like dolls. The same stereotypes are presented in Disney movies, such as Snow White and Cinderella, where the female characters are often shown as in need of a male rescuer, while male characters are portrayed as strong and independent heroes who solve all problems. On the other hand, men are also subjected to stereotyping in the media. They are often portrayed as powerful and dominant. According to the hegemonic masculinity model, men who demonstrate power, strength, bravery, fearlessness, virility, competitiveness can assert their superiority over women and consolidate their general position of dominance over them, physically, intellectually, and sexually. So, how did these stereotypical media affect people's perception of gender? When we see certain gender roles and behaviors portrayed repeatedly in movies, TV shows, advertisements, and in other forms of media, it can shape our perceptions of what is expected and acceptable for people of certain gender. If women are consistently portrayed as emotional and irrational, while men are portrayed as logical and unemotional, it can perpetuate the idea that women are less capable or competent than men. Furthermore, it can even reinforce harmful gender norms that contribute to toxic masculinity and violence against women, promoting an unbalanced vision of the roles of women and men in society. Individual studies have also shown links between television exposure and overall conceptions of gender. In an experiment conducted by Hertz and Durkin, they asked 72 adult residents of Australian Sydney to listen to radio ads that varied in terms of gender stereotyping, such as promoting soccer among males and sewing machines among females. When compared to those exposed to neutral radio advertising, those exposed to the set of stereotypical commercials processed terms associated with gender traits more quickly after exposure. Lastly, how did these stereotypical portrayals affect our perceptions of ourself and affect our self-esteem? When media presents limited and stereotypical representations of gender, it can reinforce societal expectations and norms that can be very harmful to one's self-esteem and confidence. For example, men that view themselves as falling short in displaying identified masculine traits may feel weak, cowardly, and lacking in physical endurance and bravery, leading to body image issues and a lack of confidence in one's ability and worth. This is why the representation of gender is so important. The media should have the power to normalize diversity, embrace differences, and promote an inclusive society. One approach to avoid being influenced by media is to increase the representation of diverse gender identities and expressions in media. In addition, media creators and producers can take steps to avoid perpetuating harmful gender stereotypes. This can include avoiding gendered language and imagery, using diverse casting and character development, and promoting positive messages about gender and identity. The stereotypical portrayal of gender in media can have severe repercussions, so we must acknowledge how it affects us and work together to break the cycle. By promoting inclusion and diversity, the media can create a better representation of gender and hopefully change the course of history.